Hello,
Welcome.
it's Jessica
And Jackie.
again. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. So this week we're once again connecting with the Sacred Union energies. We did pull cards prior to starting just to save some time. And so we just want to share what's coming up in the sense of internal sacred union and external collective sacred unions. So the way we break it down is up top we have higher mind. To our left we have the feminine energy. To our right we have the masculine energy. Middle is sacred heart energy, and then the bottom is the will, almost like action energy. And so we like to do this in a way where it really is honing in on self, personal sacred union, and then if you are in a sacred union partnership or connected with someone who you believe that to be that person for you, then and these messages resonate, then so be it. So let's start. So up top, we start with a lot of so off the bat, like I see a lot of yellow,
Right.
a lot of action energy, solar plexus.
Mm-hmm.
This reminds me, so we've got effort with the number 13, energy healing, and assistance at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so interesting. They're both 13s.
Oh.
I
Okay.
just noticed that. Wow, okay.
Fours.
Yeah, 2 4s. So nice foundation energy. And so effort with assistance at hand and energy healing reminds me of like putting in the effort to heal, knowing that you're supported, right? Like you can call in your team, your spirit team, ancestors, source, putting in the effort. For it to be in the higher mind, it's like maybe we're processing, like how do we do that? Maybe energy healing is a way to do that, because energy healing, it doesn't require that critical factor like we've talked. Like it really is allowing for whatever stagnant energy is present to flow.
Right. And we've seen physical activity cards. We've seen cards that speak more to the body, but this here is speaking to the energy system. So that is something that regardless of whether you're certified in an energy healing modality, it doesn't matter. You can still address your energetic body in various ways, tuning in, something feels off, how do I recharge, that sort of thing. Usually nature is the answer.
Yeah, for real. And just the effort is really what I would like to hone in on, because it requires effort. It also requires us to look at things differently, so maybe that's also why it's in the higher mind. And like calling in the assistants, we have that there for a reason. They can help us look at things from a different perspective. I want to go into the feminine energy. So we have, for the numerology deck, we have number 93, happy ending. Also with Archangel Michael, you can do it, and number 32, hope, the rising phoenix. So this is like so much strength. I feel like it's going through, facing whatever's happening, acknowledging that however it comes about, the happy ending is the focus. It's like that's what's unfolding. There's hope there, and like have faith that you can do it, whatever it is that is happening. And for it to be in feminine energy, this is our receiving energy. Staying in a place of hope and faith, and hope in a way where, again, we're willing to put in the effort, and hope in a way where like the outcome or the outlook is of being able to do it. Because sometimes we can be in hope and it's almost like pity,
Right.
or like, oh, like that.
Yeah.
It could be victim energy with hope sometimes too. So like this feels like to me is like headstrong, like go for it.
Yeah, no, I love that. That in that sense, having that kind of focus is action in itself. So even though it's in this feminine receptive side, it's taking the action of holding that vibration of being hopeful and grateful for where we're at and eager for more.
Yeah, great. And then on the masculine side, we've got number 19, which is pride, with keep going, number 40, and then see the other person's point of view. I know I'm like not really doing a good job at showing
No,
these.
these ones are a little off
Hard to
camera,
see, yeah.
so yeah, colors are interesting here too.
Yeah, what's like drawing you?
Well, so we've had a lot of yellows here and here. However, this is more of the purples and indigo, like indigo. So in this masculine position too, it is pointing to some intuition, I feel. Just looking at the color, Avalokitesvara is also compassion. So how do we tune into true compassion within that masculine energy?
The pride also like it stands out. So when I was shuffling these cards, this actually flipped over, and when in this deck I particularly connect this with, like, sometimes we have pride with things that maybe aren't serving us to have pride in, where pride could almost like block us because it doesn't allow in, you know. In this case it may not be connected in that way, especially with the keep going energy. And here, like, see the other person's point of view. And if we're looking at it like our internal masculine, then maybe it's a reminder to, like you said, intuition, and like that's third eye energy right here, literally with the purples too. And so it's like, how do we intuitively see other people's points of view? Maybe there's a challenge with our external masculine figures. Maybe whatever situation we're in terms of action, also it may be that it requires pride, right? Like this is keep going. And if you look at him, he's like ready to go, you know, there's no fear there. So it could be like, have pride in your journey, especially like this is, look at the feminine side too. It's like, you can do it. There's hope there. So something's happening in the sense of like needing to stay strong and doing it with pride while still holding that compassion and seeing other people's point of view. Because actually, now that I'm saying that too, like I'm thinking of in the will area, again, the yellow, which is like very much solar plexus, number 3, creativity. So this could also be like we're acting on our priorities, because that's what we have here too. And then we're doing that with wisdom, you know. So it's like we're acting with wisdom, we're creating through wisdom, we're prioritizing through wisdom. Yeah.
It feels very focused.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Energy.
A lot of masculine energy with the Ascended Masters deck. So
Yeah.
all of it actually, except for this one.
Oh, right.
So the masculine energy got kind of like a balanced one here. Yeah, anything you're picking up here?
Actually, what's standing out to me is these two, how the Merkaba is golden in both of them. It's kind of like, I'm not sure what to feel about that, but it's very noticeable to me right now.
Interesting. Yeah, and maybe, so like, because creativity could be like, it looks like, so this is King Solomon, right? So he was actually, oh my God, he was known for his wisdom, right? And like his knowledge.
Right.
And so it's like creating from a place where we're allowing that wisdom to flow. Like it looks like he's receiving. It's almost like he's bringing in the star energy, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, how do you let your creativity flow? You know, how do you bring that into life with wisdom?
Right.
And then, because in the heart space, I mean, we've got new beginnings, right? So it looks like whatever is happening, whatever the actions you're taking with pride and knowing that there's a happy ending, and it looks like there's the effort there too. Like this effort and pride is also like a big piece. It's like all for a new beginning. This is heart space. This to me is like the key. And so this is like focus area. And so for it to be new beginnings, for it to be truth is unfolding, it's a number 37, which is a 10, which is also a 1. So we've got 2 1s in the heart space of, you know, just total new beginning energy. And then we have persistence, right? So it's a lot. Again, this reminds me of this.
Sure.
Keep going.
Throw in you
can do it.
It's across the board.
It is across the board. Wow.
Like right across, like, so that in terms of like unions within and externally, whatever's going on, just keeping at it in one way or another, like keeping at it within yourself, what it is that you're working on, because there's there's a lot of work happening. And tuning into creativity is essential for this to sort of blossom within and externally as well. So,
yeah, beautiful. And then we have a last guidance card coming from the daily guidance from your angels deck. And
and it's perfect timing. So trusting in the timing. This is a very action-oriented spread. Like, I think the yellow itself kind of speaks to that. There's so much movement in these cards. We have
intuitively too.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome.
This isn't really let me just hang out and just receive. There's a lot of action happening one way or the other. There's a lot of mental action with these yellows, that intuition as well. And just also trusting in perfect timing always. It feels like the track that the collective is on is doing great. They're clearly supported.
And it's all for a new beginning.
Right.
Because we're here to bring heaven to earth. Like, we're here to light up this planet, literally. And it's like, let's do the work internally, externally, whether you're in a sacred union partnership or not. Like, it's time.
It's time, and it starts with self, always.
Always, absolutely.
Because we attract what we radiate, and we radiate what's within. So begin with self, begin with that union with self, that love that you would always want to receive. Give that to yourself so that you can radiate that externally.
Excellent. All right, that I think feels good. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Me too. Bye.